Hey there, I'm Michaela Pereira.
And I am Chris Leary. Well, the place where more people in the world get free music got raided. Kazaa, a company that makes free file swapping possible, had teams of Australian investigators searching through their records. Is this the beginning of the end for Kazaa? David Stevenson digs into this hot topic.
The message from Australia's copyright cops? The piracy's gotta stop. A team of 15 investigators and computer forensic experts raided the headquarters of Kazaa on Thursday, seizing documents relating to music piracy, snatched from the world's largest peer-to-peer file-sharing network.
This is a very clear signal to internet pirates in Australia that the game is up.
Australian police are targeting the illegal file-swapping services and trying to shut them down. It's similar to the harsh scrutiny faced by P2P networks in the U.S. The authorities searched for evidence tied to the Australian recording industry's civil action suit against Sharman Networks, the parent company of Kazaa.
This is the largest copyright infringement case in Australia. These people are the largest infringers of copyright in the world.
Other targets, Telstra, Australia's largest telecommunications company, the University of New South Wales, and Melbourne's Monash University. Investigators say all were linked to Kazaa. The Australian federal court gave major Australian record labels the go-ahead to raid 13 premises in 3 Aussie states to collect evidence against Kazaa. The cops also raided the home of 2 Sharman executives, including Kazaa CEO Nikki Hemming. In an exclusive interview with TechTV last summer, Hemming boasted Kazaa would survive piracy challenges.
Vision isn't about waiting until all the lights go green before you take off. So it's really about staying the course. And if you have a plan, just work your plan and map out the terrain in front of you. And be accountable for your actions and be responsible for what you do.
Now it seems she and Sharman Networks may be held accountable for millions of free digital downloads.
The case hits federal court next Tuesday in Sydney when Sharman will face record company lawyers to defend their network, Chris.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Now, what is Sharman saying about all this stuff?
Well, they put out a company statement. They called the search and seizure, quote, a waste of time, money, and resources. The statement claims that decisions around the world have already validated what Kazaa is doing. And the company says it's going to move to have the search and seizure put aside. In the meantime, folks are already still downloading on Kazaa. It's
unbelievable. Well, it just keeps on going. Thank you very much, David.
Game 3 of the World Series. You cannot get a ticket at the box office. Believe me, we've tried. But you can get them on the street if you're willing to take a chance. Lindsay Arendt looks into counterfeit tickets and countermeasures to stop them.
All right.
Third.
Perfect.
1 seat in the club. Good for you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Enjoy the World Series. Go Giants.
Game 3 of the World Series. Right now, the only currency taken here is in tickets.
I've been out here the last 3 days trying to trade and upgrade and all that.
Stu Ritchie's a stockbroker by trade, but today he's doing double duty as scalper and scalpee. He's bought 8 tickets for $4,600 and wants to sell these tickets for $1,000 apiece. But he says he's concerned about counterfeit tickets.
These tickets are the ones you're going to have to be a little more careful with.
That's because a number of counterfeit tickets were found at Game 2 of the World Series in Anaheim Sunday.
It's out there. It's happening. Because of the value of these tickets, of course, people are going to try to figure out a way to beat the system.
It's Russ Stanley's job to make sure every ticket that passes through these turnstiles is authentic. He says he's got technology on his side.
Take this genuine Giants World Series ticket right here. There's a lot of identifiers to make sure it's legit. There's the barcode here, special colors here. On the other side, Trace Ink there, and these MLB logos that show up under UV light. If it's not legitimate, once it goes through the barcode, the red light flashes.
The barcode is seat location specific as well as date, time, and account specific. So there's a lot of information in these barcodes that people don't know how to duplicate.
Program now, program.
That's reassuring for Stu Ritchie, who's trying to protect his investment.
The situation is crazy out here. I've never seen anything like it.
Sure. Sanders gets into one to deep left field. A 3-run home run for San Francisco.
Now, Packrell Park's got some other tech toys, too. They've got the high-tech turnstiles you saw there that display ticket holders' names. They've got automated will call and ticket sales at nearby ATMs. And then they've got a system that can cancel and reissue individual tickets if you think they've been faked. Erica?
I always knew they were on the up and up at Pac Bell, but I had no idea just how much. Important thing here for the folks at home who are looking at their tickets now saying, Lindsay, how do I know if it's fake?
All right, well, the Giants staff told me it's the texture of the ticket that gives it away. Now, most fakes are printed on thicker paper than the real thing. The colors might be washed out, and then they say the fine print on the back tends to be blurred. So for once, you're going to definitely want to check the fine print. Erica?
Not just for once, Lindsay. Always check the fine print. Lindsay Arendt, thanks so much.
listen to my fans and my people. Okay, no. I get an email about every day saying, please, will you tell me how to turn off that exclamation point, asterisk, something, 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 XP Messenger. Every time I turn around, it's loaded to my system tray. Every time I open some Office application, it's loaded to my gosh darn system tray.
I'm sick and tired!
Right.
Yeah,
We're sick and tired of it. If you don't use Messenger, you don't need it loading every freaking time. See, I'm a little steamed up about this. I'm sorry. All right, very easy. You go to your programs folder. You need to be administrator for this. If you're not administrator, it's not going to work.
Say it, sister.
I'm speaking on. Okay, so you go to your programs folder. You have the Messenger folder. It says Messenger on it. I'm just going to hit F2, which, of course, is the shortcut for renaming an icon, one of my favorite shortcuts. Okay,
right there.
and you can... I'm a wellspring of information.
Wellspring.
So it says Messenger right now. Now I can change the file name to whatever I want. Anything other than Messenger. I think I'll change it to A Gorilla Ate My Pants.
Wow. Do we have to change it to that?
No, you could change it to something like, I hate the MSN Messenger, or I don't like Bill Gates, he looks funny, whatever you want. I can't spell. Actually, I put a for la la neat pants. Okay, you hit return. It's going to say, give you a horrible warning message. It could damage system files or something. I don't know. It's going to say it's going to make some programs not work. Of course it's going to make some programs not work. That is precisely the point. You say yes. Oh, access denied. Oh, you know what? It's because it's running. Exit. Okay.
Now you can do it.
Now I can rename it. But you get the idea. I'm going to rename it Hi. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Oh, wait, no, it's still up.
You can't get rid of the darn thing. This is what we're saying. We hate it.
Oh, you know what? It's because I have Outlook running.
Yeah, because it launches every time Outlook launches.
Yeah, exactly.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah, no, it launches every 5 minutes. Now I can do it.
Now turn it off. It's gone.
It's gone.
Never
and it
again.
won't run. It's gone. And you know what?
Woo!
Thank you. Thank you. And if you
swing out, sister.
If you ever want it back, you just rename it back to Messenger.
And you can still run Messenger from that folder if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can run it from that folder.
You can still run it by intentionally. Got a good tip.
But who wants to run it?
Nobody.
Back to you guys.
It's a security. It's a security hole. Yeah. No, we showed you what's.
Tips just don't get any better than that.
If you got a replay or a TiVo, one of the things that's cool about it is that you can't, well, actually, TiVo only this week, but replay for a long time, you can update them through your home network. However, that Ethernet jack isn't just limited to making that daily phone call. You can do a lot more on Replay TV. You can even watch replay shows on your PC. Here to show us how, Replay fanatic and producer for the Screensavers, Joshua Brentano. It's good to have you back.
Thanks.
You love Replay. Why do you like Replay so much?
I like Replay so much because I can take all my movies that are on my Replay and put them on my computer.
Is that the thing that throws, I mean, is that what makes this better than a TiVo?
I think so.
The ability to do that?
I like that.
Yeah. I can do it now with my TiVo, but I had to hack the thing like crazy.
You don't have to go in the box or anything.
This is no hacking.
Nope.
When the Replay came out, the Replay 5000 came out, it had an Ethernet jack in the back of it. Out of the box, what do you do with that Ethernet jack?
The Ethernet jack allows you to update the guide and all the software over the internet.
So it's the daily call.
Yeah.
Okay. And it can go over the internet
and it's a lot
over
faster
phone
than a phone line, of course.
Yes. But that's about it out of the box.
Yeah.
So you've gone a little farther. How do you go a little farther?
Well, right out of the box, the Replay is ready to be hooked into the network.
So DHCP or whatever?
It's always looking for an IP address. So if you have DHCP, it'll grab one.
Okay.
And then you go download a program called DV Archive. And this is a SourceForge project.
This does not come, we should say, from Sonic Blue Replay TV. Nope. I mean, they haven't shut them down, but it's not necessarily approved by them.
Right.
I'm having a feeling that it's probably something that they wish didn't exist,
right.
but they haven't done anything about it. Okay, it's a free program. It's open source. What does it do?
It sees your Replay TV across the network.
It just did.
It just did right there. So here on the computer, there is...
So where you see living room, that's the Replay?
That's my Replay.
And these are the categories that you have on the Replay?
Right.
Different, okay.
Exactly. And I have a bunch of movies recorded here. And then the TechTV 2 across the top, that's my computer.
So you can see on your PC what's on your Replay?
Yes. Now, there's one thing that when you set this up that you must pay attention to. Let's see. Under downloads here, there's one that says max transfer speed per download, 600 kilobytes. Do not change that.
Okay.
There's a warning here that says it can damage your replay unit.
All right.
And you don't need to change it. It works fine
Well,
where
and
it is.
if you're on 10-base-T, the 600 kilobytes is 4.8 megabits. That's really the real bandwidth of most Ethernet. You're not getting much faster than
Not at all. So that being said, what this allows me to do is copy my shows over to my computer. Or watch them across the network. Right.
Really?
Exactly. So the easy thing to do is it's just drag and drop. If I want to copy Drugstore Cowboy over, which it's not wanting to let me do, there we go.
You drag it to the folder.
To the folder.
So
and it starts
TechTV2
copying.
is your PC.
Is my PC.
Living room is your replay.
Exactly.
It's kind of like Outlook,
and
you're able to
right now.
Wow, look at that.
Now they're big, 4 gigabyte or 3 gigabytes for this movie, so it'll take a while, but you can do that. So I'm going to just cancel that.
How often do you do that, and why would you do that?
To clear up space off your replay. That's only 40 gig. Mine's only a 40 gig.
So you have, but you're basically PC hard drive.
Right. As full as
can
you
you then burn that to a DVD?
You could.
So that's what they call digital video extraction. It's kind of the holy grail for TiVo and replay users, the ability to get your stuff off of the TiVo onto a DVD.
Now, another cool thing is once you've copied it over, I can watch these shows on my computer. So just right-click and choose Play. Now, the program I use is called VideoLAN Client.
Yeah.
And VLC.
That's about the only free MPEG-2 player I know of.
Right. And
this is streaming off the TiVo over the network?
No, this one is not. This is local.
This is local.
So I can do this once I've copied it over. I can also, though, like you just said, watch the shows that are stored on my replay across the network.
So basically it makes your PC a satellite unit to your replay.
It does. And so use the same program, and it takes a second to get up to speed here. But
this would be a way to have a second room replay, basically. Or many room replay.
Or many room replay, right.
Wow, that's very cool.
And it'll start in seconds.
How does the streaming look? Is the quality pretty good?
Perfect.
It's the same as it would be if you had it locally.
And so there it is.
Oh, there it is. That's streaming over the network.
Across the network.
Any advantage to getting a faster network for this?
No, 10 megabit works.
It's plenty fine.
Plenty fine.
In fact, you can't get it. You shouldn't go any faster. Apparently.
In fact, the cool part is I'm watching this across the network, and I can watch something on my replay at the same time.
You can?
Yes. Works no problem.
Oh, my goodness. That's great.
And now, there's one other thing about streaming here is when I started doing this, when I was playing it back streaming, it was very clunky and chunky and wouldn't play smoothly. And I found this suggestion on planetreplay.com. A gentleman suggested to use Dr. TCP and change your MTU settings, your network
They're
settings.
optimized for internet access, and you're doing something a little bit different.
And I have instructions on the website how to do it, but you increase it in multiples of 10 by 10, 1460.
You change your TTL?
Your TCP is the only thing you change.
Your RWIN. Okay. That's actually not your MTU. That's your RWIN. And that is, in fact, the only thing that makes any difference at all, as far as we can tell.
And so that solves the problem.
Interesting.
Now, the other thing you can do, as we mentioned, is movies you have stored on your PC, you can also watch on your replay. So if I go...
wait a minute. Let me get that right.
Okay.
So you copied the movie over...
and moved them off the replay, cleared off space.
They're not on the replay anymore, but you can still watch them on TV?
Right. So what you do is you go up here to the top, where it says this replay TV, and change that over. And this is my computer.
How does it do that? You haven't modified the replay?
No. Well, the replay is designed to work with multiple replays in your house.
So it looks like a replay to the other replay.
And so then I can watch it across the network, just like going the opposite direction.
That is very cool. You know how much pain, sweat, and hair loss I went through to get to TiVo to do that?
This works right out of the gate.
Oh, well, right out of the box.
And if you have any other problems getting this thing to work with your replay, there's a great website, planetreplay.com. That's where I got help with a lot of what I was doing.
So there's a pretty active hack community on the replay. That's good news, given that replay's future is a little bit in jeopardy because Sonic Blue has declared bankruptcy.
We don't know what's going to happen.
They're trying to sell the replay unit. Nobody's currently buying it. So, but the good news is there are a lot of people out there hacking it. It's well understood, the system. So I have no doubt, because there's so many replay people who love replay, that it'll stick around in some form or fashion. Probably an open source project.
Be fine. Free.
Wow, very cool. We have links to the software, DV Archive, and an article by Joshua explaining the whole thing at thescreensavers.com.
Looks like a box.
This is tight.
It does look unusual and kind of funky.
Not for me.
Some people love it, some people hate it.
This is the Scion XB, one of Toyota's new line of cars for young buyers.
Our target is really the Gen Y consumer. People who are born after 1980. And we find that people who are most attracted to this car are in their 20s and 30s.
I like the party wagon. I dug it. It's on.
To make sure the Scion was cool enough, Toyota took to the streets, taking notes from young ravers and mod enthused drivers.
It's kind of cool. I like the whole fact that it can be totally customized to fit your needs.
The result, a bumper-to-bumper customizable boombox on wheels.
It's all about a canvas for personalization. Whatever it is, people just want to do stuff to this car.
And from the get-go, Scion buyers get to put a personal stamp on their new ride. Each car is made to order, either on Scion's website or at the dealership. There are 40 different features you can choose from, like decals or even neon lights under the seat. Plus, 3 different styles of hubcaps. But ask any 20-something, the most important thing, the stereo.
The stereo system is from Pioneer, first of all. It's not a Toyota system. We find that consumers really respect the aftermarket more than us. We don't make radios, we make cars.
Right.
So we put a 160-watt stereo. Also, the stereo reads MP3 files, which most of the young people now download.
Add to that a satellite radio receiver and a customizable color display, and the cool factor is raising the roof.
Would you believe me? Believe me. So the engine is a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. What's cool about it is it brings kind of Lexus technology to a small car.
That engine puts out 108 horses. Not too exciting, but all this for a sticker price of $14,000. So, how's it drive?
Having a little bit of a hard time getting up the hill here.
It's the kind of acceleration that I would expect from a car that's $14,000.
I feel like one of the young people. I feel at least 25.
An email from Calvin, and he was asking, there are lots of sites that provide free streaming audio. Is there any way to record these clips onto my hard drive? Well, you bet. Oh, you want to know why or how? Okay, well, Roger, you want to tell them how to grab audio and save it?
Yeah, I mean, if you, for example, let's look over at radioparadise.com. They offer a listen download, and you just click and it will stream MP3 audio as an internet radio station.
Ooh, it'll even do real and Windows media.
It'll do real Windows media. But for example, we click on the MP3 stream, and I actually have it right here. And I can actually have, using an application called Stream Ripper, which is a standalone, but in this case, it's actually a plugin for Winamp.
Okay.
And I can actually have it rip or save that stream to the hard drive, so I don't need to worry, oh, I missed the song, I want to listen to it later. I can still do that.
And it'll even separate the files,
yeah,
too.
let me show you. I have the folder right here, and what it's done is...
you've been grabbing a lot.
I've left it on for about an hour and a half, and it's actually taken all these songs and it's separated them as individual files. Wow. Not a long MP3 stream, but individual files, and it's taken each one from the information it got over from the stream and put the artist name as well as the name of the song.
Dang.
Which is great. I mean, that way you don't have to what was the name of that song? What's the name of that artist? I can find out very easily.
You know, you could leave this running in the background on your computer all day when you go to work, and you come home, you got a new library.
Yes, you can. But, for example, now, if you don't have MP3, what are you going to do? We'll say, for example, let's go to the NPR.
We were saying, the real and Windows Media are different formats for audio.
For example, if you want to get some news in the morning, you don't have time, and you want to save this, you can use applications to do it, but a lot of those actually circumvent the copyright protection, and a couple of the really good ones actually no longer allow you to do it. So here's a workaround. It's very simple. All you need to do is to double-click on your sound icon or your audio properties, and you want to flip over to recording. You know, make sure that you have the option for wave selected when it shows you what type of properties you want to control.
The device, that you're going to be recording through. This is what a lot of people forget. This stuff
now,
right
if
here.
you have a relatively recent PC with a relatively recent sound card, you can do this. If you have a really old sound card, you probably won't be able to do this. What I'm going to do is have the sound card actually record all the audio that it outputs. And
everything that you hear, it'll be recorded.
And I don't need a little fancy connector cable to go from the input to the output on the sound back of the sound card. Next, I need an application which to record, so I'm going to use Audacity. Now, you can use any other application you want. You can use Sound Recorder, limits you to a minute of sound, or if you want to use SoundForge XP or CoEdit Pro, whatever you're interested in. I use Audacity because it's free. Now, let's go back to...
And it's cross-platform, too.
Now, let's click on the story about urban fighting in Iraq, and as soon as Reel launches, it's going to start playing. Connecting.
So it's downloading the file.
It's actually trying to cache or connect to that stream. Give it a minute, and we should be hearing a wonderful. Okay, now
I know that we're listening to a radio program. I can just hit record, and it's going to actually start recording that newscast for me. Now, the only flip side of this is that you can actually have to manually stop it. So you want to stop it right here. Let me just stop the old reel player right here. And I can play this back, and this is going to be the exact same thing I heard. Now, this won't be a one-for-one quality, but it's good enough that you won't notice. And, you know, it's very simple. You can do this with any audio stream. Windows Media, you can even do it with the game if you want to record like a certain game soundtrack. Yeah, sure. Only thing is you got to Alt-Tab out of the game and start recording, and Alt-Tab back into the game. Alt-Tab's where you flip between open programs. Actually, I want to show you another cool, one of my favorite shortcuts. Go back to your record. That console here. Now hit Control S. Control S. Look at that. It shrinks it. I think it's so neat because if you don't have a very large screen resolution, you can get them all onto one screen instead of having to drag the window around. Control S. Now can I do this with anything else? With record control or playback control only though. But thank you, Raj. Sure.
Patrick and I, we talk sometimes about our viewers. And sometimes we mention things on the air, certain little quirks that we may have about us. One time, for example, I said I liked Cheetos. I said I like Cheetos. This shows up in the mail the other day. The gross, huge, like 3 pounds of cheese balls. Patrick, you made a comment the other day also.
Yeah, Leo and I were talking about buying bulk, and actually I got to thank Renee from Von Carmen in Irvine, California.
Wait a minute, I think Renee sent me these too.
Really? The 3,000 count. I now have a lifetime supply of straws.
I don't even remember what the context was that you said.
Well, we were talking about buying
Costco.
Usually when you buy stuff at Costco, you're buying like 10,000 soda straws or, you know, giant things. Well, you should go to Costco to solve your toilet paper supply problem.
I should. I would never have that problem again. And then I could also make clothing with toilet paper. So, you know, and then I say something about bacon, and, you know, you say something about bacon, you're pretty sure that no one's going to try to send you bacon in the mail, because that's disgusting. You can't send pork products in the mail unless you take the proper, you know, precautions, freeze dry. Well, I get bacon in the mail. I get Oscar Mayer ready-to-serve bacon. It says ready to serve in seconds. I didn't know this existed. And then she sends me more bacon.
Hormel.
I get bacon coming out of my Israel. I got 2 different brands of bacon.
Pack?
I mean, I eat all this stuff. I'm dead.
Value pack.
I can't. What if I were to eat all this stuff? They make an omelet with all of this. Put the cheese balls in there and the bacon and everything. Well, apparently Renee.
Explains why you're out sick a lot.
Let's introduce today's guests. Coming to us from Mountain View, California, Greg Jazwiak, who's the Director of Worldwide Hardware Product Marketing for Apple Computer. And joining us here in San Francisco, Ron White, author of How Computers Work, now in its 6th edition, surely a cash cow. He's also the former executive editor of PC Computing. Greg, I want to start with you. The iMac seems to be selling well, but can it do anything about Apple's market share in the overall PC sector, and do you guys really care?
We care a lot. It's amazing how much of a reaction we've gotten from not just the Mac customers, the Mac installed base, but for PC switchers, people that aren't quite satisfied with the experience they're having with Windows, the frustrations they have with things not working. And what we've done is we built not just a new iMac, but an entirely new computing experience around Mac OS X, the new iMac, our digital applications like iPhoto, iTunes, iMovie, iDVD, things that allow you to do things you just can't do on Windows. And not only can you not do them on Windows, you certainly couldn't do them as well, even if someday they're copied.
I don't know. I could do those things on Windows, especially with iPhotos for the last 5 years. I mean, in terms of like organizing my pictures and doing all that kind of stuff. I don't see that that's so spectacular. I mean, I agree that the push button thing to get an album is new, but I'm not sure that that's such a breakthrough. Ron, how do you take, what's your take on this?
I agree. It's kind of dissimilar to say that you can't do those things on a PC. You can do just about anything you want on a PC that can be done with a computer if you get the right software, get the right hardware, configure it the way you want. And the nice thing about the PC is, okay, Apple's got iPhoto, but now, or within 6 months, there'll be a couple of dozen similar programs available for the PC. That's where the developers are working for. That's where you're going to find the software that's more likely going to do the job.
So I think one of the big differences, just to jump in here, is the fact that what you don't have on the PC is a consistent integration story. What we have as an advantage at Apple is we make the hardware. We call it the Mac. We make the operating system, that's Mac OS X, and we make these key applications. So we can engineer all these things to work well together. On the PC, you got somebody making an operating system, you have somebody making core chipsets, you have somebody else trying to manufacture the hardware, and God knows who trying to create some software and hope that all the railroad tracks meet. And on the Mac, we're the last ones left to create this entire experience, and we can make sure the experience is great for the customer, and that's something you just can't do on a PC.
There are two sides to that. One is that, first of all, Intel and Microsoft and all the system developers, the hardware developers, they spend a lot of time consulting with each other to get these things to work together. They don't always do it, but that's the plan. Some things like last I heard, OS X, still couldn't run Photoshop. Do that in compatibility mode. I mean, there are holes
But you can
in
still,
that.
yeah, but that's a specious argument, Ron. You can still run Photoshop on a Mac.
Right.
Yeah. It's just that the things aren't that tightly integrated as Greg suggests. And the other thing is, that's something I worry about with the Macs, is this close integration, this everything being in-house. I feel Apple likes to talk about how innovative it is, but it's really kind of a, pardon the word, incestuous. It all stays inside, and it doesn't get that burst of energy and new blood from the other people.
I think you're missing the entire benefit of it all. We get our burst of energy from our customers, and as you know, customers talk about how much they love their Macs. Think about it. Why is that? How many people say how much they love their PCs? It just doesn't happen. It's not incestuous. It's a benefit. Not only can we make these things happen better, we can make them happen faster. We don't have to get a bunch of companies with different agendas to try to agree on which direction to move. We can decide that. We can decide which way to move as far as trying to be the best digital hub, which everybody acknowledges now is the historical context of which the personal computing industry is in. We can make the best experience, the best applications for that, and that's why we have so many of the Mac customers as well as PC switchers more energized around the Mac than ever.
In other words, Ron, they're making the trains run on time.
And now, another reading from the memoirs of a radio hot guy. I felt twitchy today, like maybe I drank too much coffee. Thing is, I don't drink coffee. Just before lunch, I was showing a customer one of our new cell phones, and I guess I was holding it too tight because just like that, the damn thing broke apart in my hand, crumbled just like a cheap toy. I told Ron that I wasn't going to pay for that stupid phone. Piece of crap.
We've all got that old console gathering up dust in the garage. It could have a new life in someone else's hands. And there are a lot of kids out there that need it more than you. Hey, forget nostalgia. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Thank you. That wasn't so hard, was it? There are a lot of community youth centers that would love to get a console, but I called around and found out that our local Boys and Girls Club had it on their wish list. The nice folks at Nintendo also contributed by donating a GameCube, games, and a whole bunch of other Nintendo goodies.
Really, we're about youth development and help to create leadership and opportunities for them to be exposed to things they wouldn't normally be exposed to and tap into their creativity and ultimately be leaders in the community.
The Boys and Girls Club serves 3.3 million children and teens nationwide.
And a lot of them come from families where there's a lot of conflict at home.
Hello, can I help you?
Hi, madam. I brought some stuff to
Wow,
drop off, which I think you guys
welcome.
might appreciate. Yes.
Welcome to the Boys and Girls Club.
Thank you very
This is
much.
the Ernest Ingle Clubhouse of the Boys and Girls Club of San Francisco. Welcome.
Cool. I think this is the right place. Should we go upstairs and set this
Yeah,
up?
let's
All right,
go.
let's do it.
Hey kids, I got a surprise for you guys today. Come on in. A lot of what we do here at the Boys and Girls Club is try to keep the kids safe and off the streets and in a safe place. So if they love playing video games and they're going to come here to play it and be in a safe environment, we definitely let that happen. I want to introduce you to Adam. He's from Extended Play.
Hey, guys.
Hi,
Nice to meet you. Thought you guys might like this. I just dropping on by.
They also really like the extra goods in the box. Hold on. But these kids weren't just playing around. They were freaking serious.
You like Simpsons Road Rage? You like driving around smashing into other people's cars. That's good. Can you drive? You can drive? I can't. So that's good. So you can do rides. Well, no. Outside of playing games, what do you do when you come here?
Play basketball.
You play basketball? Are you good? You got a good jump shot? You can probably beat me, right? Yeah, you definitely can. And just like true gamers, it got a little tense.
No, it ain't your turn.
I got into the action too against Simpsons Road Rage phenom Alexis. Ooh, you ran right into me? You're playing dirty.
No, I almost did.
I held up pretty well. She doesn't have a chance. But in the end, I lost. She's so cheated.
Like he gonna cry when he get in the car.
But hey, it's the activity that really counts. And if you don't have a console to give away, giving your time is just as important.